Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Burnley in the Carabao Cup 4th round at Old Trafford. So I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, David De Gea. I'm expecting him to come in for Martin Dubravka, because Dubravka started in goal in Manchester United's last 2 games. On my last video, by the way, I gave you the news regarding David De Gea. Man United are set to release David De Gea on a free transfer. Man United are unlikely to extend David De Gea's contract. David De Gea is out of contract at the end of the season. There is an option of an additional year. He earns £375,000 a week. David De Gea is happy to stay at Man United. You know, earlier on this year, it did mention that he was willing to take a major pay cut in order to stay at the club. De Gea has endured around 11.5 years at Manchester United. So reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Manchester United did get De Gea from Atletico Madrid back in 2011. De Gea has made over 500 appearances for Man United, and he's won everything domestically at the football club. Now, at right back, I'm going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Diego Dalot is unavailable at the moment as he's out with a hamstring injury. Dalot's expected to be out until January. Well, Wan-Bissaka played in the 1-0 defeat to Real Betis the other week, and he played in the 4-2 defeat to Cadiz. On my last video, I've just given you the news on Wan-Bissaka. Fabrizio Romano came out and said that Man United are trying to find a solution to let Wan-Bissaka leave. So I think Man United are looking to loan Wan-Bissaka out with an option to buy, or an obligation to buy. Now, I've been hearing that West Ham are interested in signing Wan-Bissaka on loan. Wolves have been in for him. I think it said last week that Wolves were leading the race. Leeds United have been in for him as well, and he's been linked with a return to Crystal Palace. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka was at Crystal Palace before he came to Manchester United. Obviously, Wan-Bissaka a while ago lost his spot at right back to Diego Dalot. Man United got Wan-Bissaka in a deal worth 50 million from Crystal Palace back in 2019. When Wan-Bissaka officially signed for the club, he signed a 5-year deal. Wan-Bissaka for Man United has made 127 appearances and scored 2 goals. But yeah, him at right back. The 2 centre-backs, I'm going to go with Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. Obviously, Tuanzebe, he's not going to be available for this game as he's out with injury long term. Varane, of course, is still unavailable, so he won't be playing any part in this game. Lisandro Martinez is also injured. Tiedemann Mengi is injured as well. Don't forget, he got stretched off in the 1-0 defeat to Real Betis the other week. And Jones is unlikely to start. So, yeah, you know, Maguire and Lindelof are basically the only options at centre-half. As you all know, Harry Maguire has been told he can leave the club in January for the sake of his career. Like I've said, Harry Maguire is too inconsistent. Plus, he's no longer one of our first choice centre-halves following the arrival of Lisandro Martinez. Now he only starts games with Maguire when obviously Varane and Martinez and that are unavailable. Man United overpaid for Maguire, got him from Leicester back in 2019 for 80 million. When Harry Maguire officially signed for the club, he signed a 6-year contract. And revert back to last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. And Victor Lindelof, you know, he's started some games this season. He's had some good games this season, to be fair. Lindelof has been at the club since 2017. Manchester United did get him from Benfica in a deal worth 31 million. Lindelof is under contract with Man United until 2024. Lindelof has not been one of our first choice centre-halves since the arrival of Raphael Varane. But when he's unavailable and that, then obviously Lindelof comes in. At left back, I'm going to go with Tyrell Malacia. I think he'll come in for Brandon Williams. Obviously, the last 2 games, Brandon Williams started at left back. Williams just come back from an injury not so long ago. Tyrell Malacia, Manchester United got him from Feyenoord. Luke Shaw's an option at left back as well, but no, I don't think he'll start this game. The 2 centre midfielders, I'm going to go with Scott McTominay and Christian Eriksen. Scott McTominay, you know, he's been part of the club for a long time. Revert back to 2020, he committed his future to the club because he did sign a 5-year contract. And Christian Eriksen, he's done really well since he came to the club. Don't forget he scored his first goal for Manchester United in the 2-1 win against Fulham before the World Cup. He did get an assist in the game as well. Man United did get Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. When Eriksen officially signed for the club, he signed a 3-year contract. Fred's also an option as well at centre midfield. Casemiro's an option, but I don't think either of them will start. The attacking midfielder, I'm going to go with Donny van de Beek. Bruno Fernandes is an option at attacking midfielder, but don't think he'll start this game. Donny van de Beek, don't forget, last season he was out on loan with Everton. We had to loan him out because obviously he wasn't getting enough opportunities. Manchester United did get Donny van de Beek from Ajax in a deal worth 40 million. Man United paid like 35 million up front, and there was 5 million in add-ons. I think Van der Beek's under contract with the club until 2025. On the right wing, I'm going to go with Alejandro Garnacho. Sancho is not available for this game. Not so long ago, Erik ten Hag revealed that Jadon Sancho is not physically or mentally ready to play, and Ten Hag said he's unsure when Jadon Sancho will make his Manchester United return. So yeah, I think it would be Garnacho on the right. Garnacho has done very well since he broke into Man United's senior squad. Don't forget, he scored the winner against Fulham before the World Cup. He also got 2 assists in the 4-2 win against Villa in the Carabao Cup third round. And he scored his first senior goal in the 1-0 away win against Real Sociedad. And around 6 or 7 months ago, he scored twice in the FA Youth Cup. A few weeks ago, it said that Man United was set to give Garnacho a new contract worth around £50,000 a week. He currently earns £5,000 a week at the moment, and Garnacho is under contract with Man United until 2025. On the left wing, I am going to go with Anthony Elanga. Rashford is an option, but I think we'll go with Elanga on the left wing. And the centre forward, I'm going to go with Anthony Martial. Don't forget, Anthony Martial played against Real Betis. He played in the 4-2 defeat to Cadiz. He scored from the penalty in that game. Do you think Manchester United could sell Anthony Martial next year? Well, there's actually a lot of United fans that would like to see him stay at the club. Martial, he's under contract with Man United till 2024. Man United did get Anthony Martial from Monaco back in 2015. So he's been at the club for a good, 7.5 years or so. Last season, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. But anyway, that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Burnley. The last time Manchester United played Burnley at Old Trafford, Manchester United won 3-1. A couple of years ago, though, was it now, Burnley won 2-0 at Old Trafford, and that was the first time Burnley had won at Old Trafford in like 58 years. Burnley, of course, are in the Championship, the top of the Championship, so there's a very good chance that Burnley will be coming back up to the Premier League. Burnley's manager is Vincent Kompany. He got appointed in as the Burnley manager back in June this year, so he's been the Burnley manager for around 6 months now. When Vincent Kompany got officially appointed in as the Burnley manager, he signed, a 4 or 5 year contract. Before Burnley, Vincent Kompany was the player manager at Anderlecht. Vincent Kompany replaced Sean Dyche. Burnley decided to part ways with Sean Dyche, was it back in April? And Sean Dyche was a very long-serving manager at Burnley. He was with them a good, 12 years or so. Like I said to you on the preview and that, I do know players that Burnley have got. Obviously, they've got Ashley Barnes, who's good. Jay Rodriguez is a good attacking player. They've got Manuel Benson, Scott Twinney, Nathan Teller, Ashley Westwood, Jack Cork, Josh Brownhill, Marcel Lewis, Matthew Lawton, Charlie Taylor, Connor Roberts. So they are, a lot of the players that Burnley do have. And let me put into the equation that Burnley have lost players. They lost James Tarkowski, Dwight McNeil, they lost Ben Mee, they lost Nick Pope, they also lost Chris Wood. Chris Wood went to Newcastle from Burnley. So there you go. Manchester United's next game after Burnley is Nottingham Forest. But I am expecting Man United to beat Burnley, like I've already mentioned. I said, 2-0 on my predictions. Obviously, Man United got to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup by beating Villa in the 3rd round 4-2. And you already know the news on the transfers, don't you? Jason Burt from The Telegraph said not so long ago that Cody Gakpo wants to join Man United and work under Erik ten Hag. And it said Man United were planning a €50 million bid for Cody Gakpo once the January transfer window opens. You know, Cody Gakpo has been Man United's #1 January target. And he did recently mention that Man United are planning a 200 million spree for Bellingham and Frenkie de Jong. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.